So we're recording. So I wanted to introduce myself because I met Becky once just like on a quick call. And Monica, you and I have not met, so nice to meet you. I'll just first start off and kind of give you guys a little rundown on how long I've been coaching and kind of how I got started. And I'll try not to ramble on too long about it. I started coaching April 2015, so it's just been a year. I kind of jumped in with both feet and signed up with the challenge pack and did the coaching thing all at once. I'd never done a challenge group. I knew absolutely nothing about what a challenge group entailed or anything to do with Beachbody. But I kind of heard about it and decided that I wanted to do it. So I started doing it, started the challenge group, started the trainings all at the same time, and ended up really loving everything about it. And I went Emerald, I think, in the first, I have to remember now, within the first month or two, and then I went Diamond by 4 months, and I'm still at Diamond now, but my team is growing every single day. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we're helping more people every single day. So that's kind of where I am. There's more to the story, but that's the shortest version I've ever given, actually. So basically what we're going to talk about tonight is just kind of going over where you guys are and where you want to go from here. So we just did the training last week. So the 7-day training, I have notes here, that's why I keep looking down. The 7-day training was just to make sure that we all got started off on the right foot and that everybody is kind of on the same page and not feeling too overwhelmed, because I don't think at any point in this business that you're not overwhelmed. And I think we have Wendy and Jen on the call, and they're both coaches on the team, and I think that they can contest to that you're always overwhelmed. I think it's just a matter of learning how to manage it and deal with it. So basically, if you are overwhelmed, it's fine, it's okay, that's what we're here for. We're a team, we're going to work together, and we'll help get everybody through that as we continue on with trainings and building your business and going from there. So to start, we'll just kind of cover like the 3 vital behaviors. So the week of training, we went over all this again, but we'll just kind of touch on it again so that everybody understands. There's actually 4 vital behaviors now, but the 3 that you guys are going to focus on at this point is inviting. The second one is being proof the product works. And number 3 is personal development. So with the inviting, that's something that we kind of covered in the in the training group. And it's just kind of like talking about it. It's talking about what you're doing. It's reaching out to people. And it's kind of being there to answer other people when they're commenting on your posts and asking you questions, and just kind of being proud of what you're doing. So making sure that you're reaching out every day and inviting people to groups, or to eventually down the road, it will be to the coaching opportunity as well. Being proof the product works is just focusing on your own health and fitness goals, drinking your Shakeology every single day, and just taking care of you. And the third one is personal development. And personal development is probably the one that I struggle with the most as far as not being consistent with it. I am like 100%, no, not 100%. I'm probably 75% better than I was a year ago at doing it, but I'll be honest in saying that it's probably been what's changed me the most. So if that makes any sense at all, I've grown so much as a person by just reading books and listening to, podcasts and that kind of thing. Just mentally for me, it's helped me grow as a person. So it's not something that I was used to. I was used to working out, and I was somewhat used to eating healthy, and I was already actually even used to posting about doing that on Facebook prior to becoming a Beachbody coach. So those things were super new for me, but taking the time to actually sit down and read a book that made me feel good, and I used to read like the Easy Read, Nicholas Sparks and those kind of things, but actually reading something that was like good for your mind and soul was the best thing that I've ever done. So I highly recommend that you guys take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day to just do something for your mind, personal development wise. And there's a ton of books out there as coaches that you can be reading, from everything from like building confidence to just things for your business. And actually in the TNT page, if you guys both aren't already in that page, that's our big team, TNT. So in the file section of that group, there's a whole list, or in the pinned post at the top of the Fit Boss Drive, there's a whole list of different personal development books, and they're even like broken down into categories. So depending upon what you're looking to get out of the personal development, whether it is, like I said, building confidence, or whether you want to learn to make more friends, or learn how to rock your network marketing business, or if you want to, I have no idea. There's a ton of options, and it's all broken down. So look through that and find something that appeals to you. So another thing that's super important as a Beachbody coach is attending live events. And just because we may all be in different provinces, and some of us are even in different countries, there are Super Saturday and live events that happen. Super Saturdays happen quarterly, so every 3 months. And then they have the biggest Beachbody event of the year, which is Summit, and that's in Nashville, Tennessee this year. I've never been. This is my first year attending the event, so it's at the end of July. And to be honest, like, it's funny for me to even say that, because when I signed up last year, I really never saw myself being here and thinking that I would go to this. So it's huge to be able to do that. So I'll let you guys know how that goes and what it's all about. But the Super Saturdays, I've definitely attended, and there'll be one where you guys are. So whether you're in Ontario, Monica, I'm not sure where you're located, but where are you at? Yeah.
Nova Scotia.
Okay. Which part?
Truro.
Oh, okay, you're in Truro. So perfect. So you can, like, there's the last Super Saturday event was in Moncton, and then there was one in Lower Sackville, and then actually the one that is in August is located in Antigonish. So that's awesome, because it's like only, a half an hour drive as opposed to driving to Moncton for the 2.5. But and then Becky, for you, there'll be Super Saturday events in the area you're at. So you and Melanie can actually get together and attend these things. And even if you went by yourself, like, it's probably really out of your comfort zone to do that, and it would be out of mine too. But I highly suggest that you go and do it, just because the whole energy of being a Beachbody coach and what it's all about is just in one room, and it's just unbelievable to just go and feel that kind of energy. So the next Super Saturday will be, I think it's, like I said, in August, and I'm pretty sure it's like that everywhere. So, but you can check and just Google Super Saturdays close to your area, and it'll come up and you'll find something. So just a few things to go over. When becoming a new coach, you can go to find anything that you need to know. So if you're looking for an answer and you need to kind of have it now, there's a few different ways you can go about finding the answer to most of the questions. You can go to the Coach Online office and look at the info there. You can go to the Coach FAQs, and it's just down the bottom of your Coach Online office. And you can click on that and pretty much find anything you need to know there. You also have the live chat option, which is, again, found in the Coach Online office. You have access to, like I said a few minutes ago, the TNT, our large group page. There's the file section in that group. If you're not part of that group yet, just talk to your sponsor, your coach who signed you up, and they'll add you to that group. And you can go through all the file sections, everything you need, from scripts to challenge pack waivers to personal development. Like I told you, everything you need to know to run your business is in that file section. And they also have an updated version of that file section underneath the pinned post, and it's called the Fit Boss Drive, I think it's called. And then it's all listed there for you too. So go through those when you can, but if there's something you're looking that you need an answer to right away, just go there, and if you can't find it, there's other options again. So Google's a great tool. YouTube is like where I learned how to do this through and through. Everything I've learned, 95% of it has come from me YouTubing things. You can YouTube anything you need to know, from how to sign up a coach, how to sign up a customer, how to run a challenge group. Everything you need to know, you can YouTube it. There's a ton of coaches on there that update videos and post things in YouTube, and it's all there to show you. So how to become an emerald, the best way, the quickest way to become an emerald, everything is there that you need to know. Then you can go to your sponsor if you need to by privately inboxing them. Just keep in mind that it's better for you to try to find the information yourself, because yes, we're there to help you, obviously, and we want to help, but we have a ton of challengers and a ton of people that we have messaging us all the time. So it's just important to try to find the information yourself. But if you can't, obviously message us and ask us. If you can't get a hold of your direct sponsor, then you would contact your upline diamond coach, which would be me. And you can message me privately, or another way to do it is in Prevail Empire, and that's my personal team. So you can use that as well, and just tag me in it, because usually if you tag me in something, I notice it before just asking the question. And I think that goes for your sponsor too. Like if you tag them in something in one of the groups, they're more likely to see it with the notification. And then for Shakeology information, again, I have a video that I actually have watched, and I use it to send to people for information about Shakeology. And I'm going to make a note of that right now and try to remember to share that right in the Prevail Empire team page for you guys. And you can just copy and paste it when you're talking to people and just send them that video. And so if you need information on anything to do with Shakeology, you can actually go to the Shakeology FAQs as well. That's kind of where I was going with that. So just a second here. I want to write that down. So basically, just know that I've been doing this for 13 months and I still don't know everything. It gets to the point where you're having the same conversations all the time that you get used to saying things, because it tends to be a lot of the same questions. So as far as learning new things, you have to make sure that you're educating yourself on the product, the program, and you know what you're recommending, so that you end up gaining more confidence in what you're offering people. So another huge tip that I'm going to give you is, as a coach and as a new coach especially, is to stay connected. So you want to make sure that you're doing the training, that you're staying in contact with your sponsor, the person who signed you up and is helping you along with this. Check out the team pages as often as you can, both TNT and the Prevail Empire. Prevail Empire is usually where we post anything directly to our team, and then updates and things like that will come from TNT. So check that as well. You also will want to check out the National Wake Up Call, and that's every Monday at noon. And you can it's just a podcast through Beachbody. You can access it in your back office as well. And you can just listen. It's usually top coaches, and they just give some advice, you know, talk about how they've grown their business and how they've become successful. And there's other coaching pages, like for the Canadian coaches, you can join, like we have an Atlantic Canada coaching page, and then there's just a Canadian Beachbody coach page as well. So you can join those pages and check out what's going on there. But just the only thing with doing all that is it can tend to become overwhelming, because you're in, like, all of a sudden you go from just joining a challenge group to being in like 20 groups. So I'll just let you know that if you go and join these groups, that sometimes when it gets overwhelming, just to know that the most important ones for you to be involved in is whatever challenge group you're in right now, and then your own team page. So Prevail Empire and TNT are going to be your most important groups. And Prevail Empire, TNT being business side, challenge group being your health and fitness and your challengers that you sign up. Does that make sense to you guys so far? Good? Okay. And then news and events in the Coach Online Office, that's just a little extra that they have in there too, that you could be checking just to kind of see what's going on with the business and what's changed and what, you know, the new products are and that kind of thing. And then getting on these live calls are really important. So we have live calls at least monthly. I'd like to try to actually do them even more frequent than that. And, you know, we'll do all kinds of different calls, get together, go over objections. We'll do, once you guys get your businesses up and going, we'll do, you know, some getting to Emerald trainings, and then we'll have Emerald calls and that kind of thing. I have team calls with the Diamond coaches on our TNT page, and it's great to just stay connected and kind of like, you know, get together as a community and kind of like toss ideas around and discuss kind of pros and cons and what you're, you know, dealing with in your business. So sharing as a new coach. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on this because I know that you guys have both done your new coach announcements and they were amazing. They were both really good. And you may not have gotten a lot of feedback, and you may have. I'm not sure what you got there, but it's okay either way. If you got a lot of feedback, that's great. If you didn't, that's okay too. Because what you're doing as a new coach is kind of just telling everybody like, look, this is what I'm doing, and I just want to let you know that, you know, I'm changing my life right now, and I want to help you do it as well, and I'm here for more information. And basically, when I did mine, it was just like, here I am, get used to me posting all the time. So just so you know, I know that it's scary, and for me, it was huge to step out of my comfort zone. Like I said to you guys, I posted sometimes that I did fitness things on Facebook, but it was more like, oh, I just went for a run. I ran 10 kilometers tonight, or oh, off for a run with my friends. Like I never actually put on a sports bra and took a picture of myself for the world to see. So, and I'm not saying that you have to do that, but that was kind of what I did when I first signed up. I think I took a sweaty selfie or something after a workout in a sports bra. And I remember saying to Chris, like, I was absolutely terrified to hit send. I didn't know if I should do it. I was scared of what people were going to think about me and say about me. And oh my God, she's half dressed and whatever. I was terrified. And I hit it, and I took a deep breath, and I just sat back and waited. And I had so much positive feedback that it didn't matter. The sun is shining in my face. But, you know, I put myself out there, and it was the best thing I ever did. So it was just, you know, that initial hit send, and that was kind of the last time that I ever actually felt that way, where it was just like, God, what am I doing? So I was scared too, and it is new, and it's normal to have those feelings, but the more you do it, the better you become, and the less you care what people think, and the more positive feedback you get from people, which fuels your fire and makes you want to continue on and just keep becoming a better version of you. So another thing that you can do, which again, I didn't do this at the very beginning, but I do it all the time now, is doing videos on your page to talk about it. If you're comfortable doing that, that is like the best thing you could be doing to announce that you're a coach. So if you've already done your new coach call out and you didn't really get a ton of feedback, then if it were me at this stage, I would probably do a little video about it, talk about it, and just say, you know what, I know I have been posting some pictures of me and talking about me doing my workouts, and I just want you to know that I've found this incredible program that makes me feel this way, and I just can't help but not share it with everybody. So just talk about, you know, how it's changed you, how it's made you feel. And people love to see people and hear what they sound like, and kind of see their mannerisms and who they are as a person, and they find that very very relatable. So the sooner you can step outside of your comfort zone, as far as, and I don't mean like post in a sports bra, because I'm not saying that, but share yourself, post your face, let people know who you are, the better you will be at having people relate to you. So when sharing on your page, there's 3 things that successful coaches do when they're sharing on their page. So one of them is they always add value. And that just means that they're constantly trying to share something that can make somebody else's life better or easier. So an example of that for myself would be yesterday. I took a picture of a casserole I made. I packed up my bag with my baby yesterday and took all the ingredients, went to my sister's house for the afternoon and spent the day with her and her 2 kids, and I made a healthy meal for them, and we all shared it together, and I posted that, and I showed a picture of the casserole I made, and then I showed a picture of the 5 of us at the table, and then at the end I shared the recipe for people. So know that you can do that stuff. This is your business, so if you have a recipe that you want to share, just because it's in the challenge group, it doesn't mean that it's secret. You can share that with people because it adds value. Do I want you to take all the recipes out and copy and paste them all and share them on your page? Probably not. But the odd time, if you have something that you really like and your husband or boyfriend or whoever, a family member or a friend says, oh my God, that was incredible, and it was something that approved by the nutrition plan that you're on, then yeah, share that with people. Let them know that this is something that I'm doing, and it's whatever. So that's just one recipe or one idea of how to share value. An inspirational quote, a story about yourself as far as I don't know, where you've come from in the last 5 years to where you are now as a person. If that's changed, I'm not sure, but just kind of adding value so that people relate to you. Number 2 is to stay consistent. So, you may start doing this whole coaching thing and not get any likes at all on any of your shit. But eventually, if you stay consistent, you might, in a couple weeks time or a month's time, end up with 5 likes on your page or on a post. And then in, 2 months time, it might be 20. And then in 6 months time, it might be 80. And then all of a sudden people are sharing your stuff. And then all of a sudden, a year down, 13 months down the road, you might be getting over 100, 200 likes on things. So it's all about staying consistent. You have to keep in mind that signing up to be a Beachbody coach, you're new at this, and you've got to create people's trust and let them know that you're here to do this, and they can trust you and rely on you. That initially, for the most part, I think we all sign up to do this because we want to help people. Well, you have to make them see that you can help them. It's not just, something that you're here today and you decide, okay, I want to be a coach, and then in 2 weeks time or 6 months time, all of a sudden it gets hard. Because I'll be honest, right now, this is hard. It's not easy. So, in 6 months time when it gets hard, like, are you going to quit or are you still going to be here? Because that's what differentiates you from, the person who just wants to do it to say they did it and don't want to put the work in. So, and the other thing, number 3, is to share. So share things that you learn, share things that, that you're enjoying, and just post on your personal page all the time. So building value, staying consistent, and then sharing your life. So, I share everything. It's not all health and fitness. I share things about my husband. I share things about my real job. I share things about my son. So whatever interests you have, whether it be another interest of mine is I play basketball in a women's league every Thursday night. So talk about who you are as a person. And yes, you're a mom, or maybe you're not a mom, but for me, yes, I am a mother, but I'm actually so much more than that. So share that with people, because you're going to have people relate to that. And sometimes it's funny, but I say, you want to create a reality show of your life so that people want to follow you and they want to watch you. So how are you going to do this stuff? So as a new Beachbody coach, signing up and starting this business, you may have people that start to follow you right away. You may have people who, again, aren't going to follow you, because why would they follow you, right? You want to show them why. So ways that you can get people to follow you are starting free groups. We have access to a ton of different groups and the files for these groups that you can run in the TNT file section. You can do free detox groups. You can do free 7-day crockpot challenges. And that is actually, just a little side note, the free crockpot challenge is what made me want to do the 21-day fix program. I did a free group with Ed, who is my coach. And before that, I was like I did not pay for fitness at all. I thought it was ridiculous. I didn't know why people went to the gym when they could just go outside and run and come home and do push-ups. Like, I never really understood anything, why people would pay for that stuff. And then I did the crockpot challenge with him, and I took the before and after pictures, and I did 1 week and held up my before and after pictures and saw like incredible results that it just blew my mind, and I was 100% in after that. So if you can get people wanting to do your free groups and get some interest in doing those things, then that is where you're going to have people begin to trust you and want to go on and potentially do a challenge group with you, or an online support group is what I like to call it now. I like to veer away from the challenge group because people are scared of that. But, those are ways you're going to get people to do these things with you. You want to listen to people. So a lot of the time, that's one of my bad qualities, is I'm more of a talker. It's something I'm working on, but I don't like to do it, I just do it. I tend to ask a question and then ask another one before the person even has a chance to answer it. And I also cut people off quite a bit. So it's something that I've been working on in personal development. And I do recognize that I am becoming better, but so you want to listen to people when they're talking. You want to ask questions. So when people are coming to you and asking you information about your group, so you do your coach announcement, people come and say, okay, like, what program are you doing? You want to just answer them directly and short and sweet. So you don't want to say, I'm doing this program and it's done this for me and it's this much money and you can sign up doing this. Like, don't verbal diarrhea all over them. Just kind of answer the question that they ask and then let them ask you the question. So they ask a question, you answer it. Ask them a question again, pertaining to that, let them answer it and go with it like that. Like, don't give too much information at once. Be interested in what they're saying and try not to be interesting. And again, that's something I'm working on. I like to tell a lot of my own stories. When you're posting, you can use a ton of posting softwares. I'm not familiar with a whole bunch of them because, to be honest, I don't use them anymore. But you can use a program called Hootsuite. And I know there's another one, Jen McPherson, if you can think of it. But you can schedule your, what is it?
Buffer.
Thank you. So these are two programs that you can use, and I've not used these at all. But you can schedule your posts. So say you work Monday from 8 a.m. until, 6 p.m. and you're not going to have any time to schedule a post. You can set it up that you have a post come out at 10 in the morning and a post come out at 3 in the morning, and you don't even have to write them up that day. You just have them scheduled and they post automatically and people comment on them, and then you can go and comment on back to the people when you get a minute. So those are really great to have, and then you don't have to worry about doing that. The other thing to do is to follow top coaches. So I don't want you to be constantly following top coaches, but for the first few weeks or month of your business, you want to follow top coaches to kind of see what they post about and how they word things and kind of just how they do things. So, you never want to obviously steal their posts. If you get an idea from somebody's post, that's absolutely great, but you always want to make sure that you're wording things in your own words or spinning it on how it relates to you, because copy and pasting is a huge no-no. Top coaches that you can follow in the big scheme of things, like top beach bodies of the company, Amy Silverman, Anita Myron, Lindsay Mattaway is another one. Jen, can you think of any others?
Melanie Mitro.
Yeah, Melanie Mitro.
Raina Odell.
Okay, any other ones? Basically, you can Google top coaches and then find one that you like and kind of watch them, or you can watch a whole bunch of different ones and just get ideas. on our TNT page and on our team, there's you can follow Brooke, you can follow Danielle, Sarah Graham, Colleen. Jen McPherson is obviously incredible at all of the posts she does. We say this all the time, so go to Jen's page and check out what she does. And then just ask yourself the question, like, would you want to be following you? If you were, looking out into the Facebook world, are you interesting to people? Do you have something that appeals to people? And what would you want to see in a post? So think about those things, because you want to know your audience when you're doing this. You're not trying to attract anybody and everybody. You want to attract people who are just like you. So all of you that are on this call, you ended up here because you were attracted to what your coach was doing, and something that coach was doing brought you to them and brought you to want to do it as well. So just be you, post about things that you find intriguing and interesting, and it will bring you the right people over time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Over time, you will attract the right people that you want to attract. So we want to focus on creating confidence as a coach. So to build confidence, because you're going to need it. You may think you're a confident person. I definitely thought I was a confident person, and I may have been, but I'm not near as confident as I'm more confident now than I was a year ago. It's just incredible what this business can do for you if you actually put the time and effort into yourself and making you and focusing on you and making you a better person. You can't help other people until you help yourself. So whatever reason you signed up and wanted to do this, that is ultimately your why. So always think back to why you're doing this and what made you want to do it, whether it was to get healthier, whether it was to, and I don't mean the coaching aspect as much as I mean, like, why did you want to join the challenge group? Why did you want to do a health and fitness program? What was it going to do when you got to your goal, to your life? So that is kind of your why of why you started. And then the coaching thing, it's like, okay, I'm feeling this way. I want to share this with others, because ultimately we all should be feeling this incredible. So to create confidence, you want to be consistent. And being consistent is going to allow you to become more confident, and becoming more confident is going to allow you to do more of the things that you should be doing. So goals as a new coach. Number one goal is obviously to do your new coach announcement. Like I said, if you've done it and you've gotten a lot of feedback, great. Keep talking about why you're coaching. Keep talking about the challenge group that you're running. We're running a new challenge group starting on May 16th. So you guys can be adding people to this group. Don't panic. You don't have to do anything. Just put them in and coach them along as far as cheering them on. And we, the other coaches, will run it for this first challenge group for you guys. But so it starts on May 16th, and invite people to it, talk about it. You can do call outs, like posts about it. You can check on my page and other coaches' page to see how we do those call outs. We always start with a prep week and then jump into day one. So it'd be the same as how you guys did it. So you still have time for people to get their kits. It does start a week from today, but they don't need their kits for prep week because all the information is there. They won't need it until day one. So do your new coach announcement. Just keep talking about that you've become a coach. Share that on your page with people. And if you want to do a video, go ahead and do a video and talk about it again. Use social media the right way. So you want to be making sure that you're posting positive things. You want to always, try to be positive so that people want to follow you. Veer away from the negativity. So if that's something that you would post before, or if you have friends who, you know, tend to like tag you in things that maybe not acceptable, you can set the filter up. You guys, this is going to end, so I'm just going to share the link again in the group, and we're going to wrap it up in like the next 10 minutes, okay? So I'll just stop this, and then I'll share a new link.